A couple of years ago, Ronnie Bates had the idea that we needed to do a better job of cooperatively working together to respond to emergencies. This was sort of picked up when they had the tornadoes in Lancaster and DeSoto, and as of late, of course, with Granbury and Moore, Oklahoma, it's become more important. So he got a hold of COG and started working with them and got a group of public works directors together to see about putting together a public works emergency response team, and out of that grew a memorandum of agreement which many, many cities have already signed up for to provide mutual aid during the earliest hours of any sort of emergency. This really was an attempt to streamline the process, get all the financial and legal problems solved in advance so that if there is an emergency, pick up the phone, make a phone call, and help is on the way. It really focused, as I said, on the short term, the first 36 hours. We follow the NIMS model, the National Incident Management System, and if you decide to participate in this program, it is purely voluntary. You're not obligated to do anything unless you want to, because you don't get reimbursed for it the first 36 hours. You pay your own way, including workman's comp. I mean, you're operating as your own city. You're responsible. You have to have somebody in charge, but you're sort of under the operational control of the city or governmental unit that you're assisting. And you only assist if you're asked to assist. The Public Works Emergency Response Team facilitates the collection and the distribution of information and who's got what in a massive database that's being established at COG. The forms are real simple. You can get them on the COG website, but if you have a disaster in your community and you want help, you basically call PWERT at COG and say, I need some help. Here's kind of what I think I need. They will contact the cities that are part of the emergency response team, and help will be on the way shortly. At least that's the way the system is designed to work. It follows the FEMA model in terms of type classification for equipment. All of that's supposedly been submitted to COG or is on the way. Same way with personnel, what kind of staff you have, what their skills are. On this chart are the cities that have already signed the memorandum and forwarded it to COG, and there's a bunch more who are working on it. I think this is a great program. It qualifies under the FEMA reimbursement, so if this thing does turn into a long-range effort and you do stay around providing support for 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it takes, because of this memorandum and the state, the legislation that's been passed, you would then qualify for reimbursement for FEMA for the assistance you offered another community. The initial period of 36 hours is kind of on your own, and that's just immediately to kind of get there, and realistically it usually takes a day or two for the city that's been hit to figure out what's going on and what they really need. But I would encourage you cities to look into this if you haven't already. I think it's a great program. A lot of effort's been put into it, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Those are the folks who are checks in the mail, maybe. If you want to come to the next PWERT meeting, it's going to be at COG on the 29th of May. You can check the COG website for the exact time and location. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what it is, but it is next week. Any questions?